What's happening, people? I'm TJ Harmon, aka Rel2G on YouTube, overrated_Rel on Twitter. Thank you for joining me for this week edition of my Week 3 picks of the 2014-2015 NFL season. There are 7 teams remain undefeated this week. Who will budge? Will it be Philadelphia, Cincinnati, Houston, Buffalo, Arizona, Denver, or Carolina? I went 9-7 in week number 2. I'm going to keep that 500 level going up until this week. So with that, let's get both our week 3 pick. The Thursday night game, Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Both teams were losers last week. Tampa Bay at home against the Rams, and the Falcons losers on the road against Cincinnati. The Falcons will win this game on Thursday Night Football over the Buccaneers. Sunday games, Washington is at Philadelphia. Both teams were winners last week. Falcons blowout winners at home against the Jaguars. And the Eagles come from behind win against the Colts in Indianapolis. I must say the Eagles must be a second half comeback team, because the past 2 games the Eagles have only scored 6 points in the first half and 48 points in the second half. That can't keep happening week after week after week, and the penalties has to start coming down. 11 penalties against the Colts. You can't win games making big penalties, but they did do just what I expected them to do, and that was win, even though I had went against them and had the Colts win that game, which they should have, but they didn't. So therefore, the Eagles looking pretty good right now. Deshaun Jackson, he will play in spite of that injured shoulder. Kirk Cousins will start for RG3 with that sprained ankle. He's out for quite some time, but not out for the season. Eagles will be winners at home against Washington. Tennessee is at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is among the undefeated team with the Philadelphia Eagles. Titans couldn't do nothing against Dallas last week at home, and the Bengals winners against the Falcons. The Bengals will go 3-0, beating Tennessee. San Diego is at Buffalo, another undefeated team. The Bills 2-0. The Chargers big winners at home against the Seahawks, and the Bills blowout winners against the Dolphins. I'm going to have the Chargers win this game and end the Bills streak at 2 games. The Baltimore Ravens at home, leading the Pittsburgh Steelers past the travel to face the Cleveland Browns, who, by the way, turned around and beat the Saints by 3 points, by 2 points in that game on Sunday. Sorry, Brian Hoyer. Hot quarterback right now, bro. Joe Flacco is even hotter. I got the Ravens on the road to beat the Browns in Cleveland. Houston undefeated at 2-0 with the New York team of the Giants. Giants just look ugly right now. Eli just throwing picks after picks each and every week. Ryan Miles should have a decent game, and the Giants are going to go 0-3, while the Texans will go 3-0 on the road, and the Giants. The Indianapolis is at Jacksonville. Both teams losers last week. Once again, I should say the Giants were losers to the Cardinals, and the Texans big blowout winners against Oakland in those games. Colts losers to the Eagles by 3 points. Jaguars blowout losers to the Washington team. So Jaguars in their home opener, it's not going to get the job done. Colts will do it. Andrew Luck will bounce back and get their first win of the season. Green Bay is at Detroit. NFC North rival game. I don't know about this game because the Lions blew them out on Thanksgiving Day last season. Pretty much, they don't have to have no Thanksgiving Day game this season. Green Bay, I have winners against this team, the Lions, because the Lions will lose to Carolina on the road, and the Packers will winners. Come from behind over the Jets. Aaron Rodgers may be back as the quarterback that he is, and Matt Stafford might see a lot with that defense on Green Bay. So I agree they win that game over Detroit at Ford Field. The Oakland Raiders are at the New England Patriots. I'm not even going to say anything about this game. Patriots winners last week, big against the Vikings. Raiders blown out by the Texans. Patriots will go all over the Raiders again, this time at Gillette Stadium. And I wouldn't be surprised if Steven Ridley runs for over 100 yards, and Brady throws for 4 touchdown passes in that game. Dallas is at St. Louis. Both teams winners last week on the road. Rams at Tampa Bay, and the Cowboys at Tennessee. Cowboys are back, and they also have one of their players back from suspension, so I'm going to have the Cowboys on the road to beat the Rams in St. Louis. Minnesota is at New Orleans. New Orleans home opener, starting at 0-2. Vikings are going to be without Adrian Peterson quite some time due to the child allegations with him hitting a child, 2 children. With that, he's not to practice or be with the team. Saints losers last week to Cleveland, and of course the Vikings blown out by the Patriot team. Saints will get their first win convincingly at home over the Vikings. Without Adrian Peterson, Minnesota is really nothing as a team. Vikings, it's San Francisco at Arizona. Arizona, big winner on the road against the Giants and the 49ers. Tough loss to the Bears at Levi Stadium, their home opener and their opening of their new stadium. They'll be down from that game and they'll beat Arizona. Carson Palmer is possibly questionable because he didn't even play in that win last week, and they may do it again without him. We'll have to see. But I have 49ers winning that game in Arizona. Cardinals, by the way, are undefeated as well. They may drop to San Fran. The Kansas City Chiefs are at the Miami Dolphins. Kansas City is not looking like a team right now. Losers to the Broncos on the road, and the Dolphins blown out by the Bills. I'm going to say the Chiefs will get a win on the road against the Dolphins, their first one of the season, without Jamal Chaney. The Chiefs are going to be having some problems, but I think they'll do it on the road, beating Miami. The Super Bowl 48 rematch between Denver and Seattle will be on Sunday as well. Broncos winners, as I mentioned, to the Chiefs, and the Seahawks. Tough loss to them against the Chargers. They'll rebound and they'll defeat the Broncos. The Broncos will lose in their 2-game winning streak. Wes Walker will be in wide receiver for Denver. As of course, if I could say, they could play this as a redemption game. Denver will beat Seattle, but I think Seattle is tough at home to Denver. And Richard Sherman, he may be Richard Sherman even though the Chargers really did contain them, really contained them. So we'll see what happens. Broncos, I think, will give them a good game, but Seattle will pull it out and beat Denver. Sunday night football, it's Pittsburgh at Carolina. Carolina is the last and final undefeated team. Steelers blown out against the Ravens in Baltimore, and the Panthers winners against the Lions. Cam Newton, I want to say, will get the job done. It's possible that he will run in for a touchdown and throw for 2. I'm going to say the Panthers on Sunday night football will defeat the Steelers and maybe keep their streak at 3 games. And on Monday night, it's the Chicago Bears at the New York Jets. Jets, big loser to the Packers, even though they had the lead in that game. Something crazy went down in the 4th quarter, and they just went bonkers fans for the Jets. Bears pulled behind and beat the 49ers in San Francisco. Different time, different week. Geno Smith will rebound and defeat those Bears on his home turf, MetLife Stadium, as the Jets beat the Bears on Monday Night Football. So those are my weekday picks for the year. Posted down at the bottom. TJ Harmon, aka Rel2G on YouTube, _Rel on Twitter. Thanks for watching me this week. I'll see you right back here next week for week 4 of my weekly picks. We leave you with the scores that I think will be in this week's games. See ya.